the Russia's invasion of Ukraine was a really landmark moment for Taiwan in refocusing people's attention to the very real threat that Beijing poses to Taiwan.
Tensions with China are once again rising. Yesterday, Taiwan denounced China's peaceful reunification pledge. What did China say, and what was Taiwan's reaction?
Sure. Well, yesterday we had new statements from China's Taiwan Affairs Office. This is a part of the Chinese government which is responsible for managing the relationship with Taiwan. They essentially renewed commitments to take any measures to achieve what China calls the peaceful reunification with Taiwan. At the same time, they also announced more kind of punitive measures and said that they would put more sanctions on people they call diehard Taiwan successionists. We've seen sanctions of this nature before levied on mostly kind of senior Taiwanese politicians. And these are mostly people that the Chinese state, the Chinese government essentially views as harboring a desire for Taiwan to become an independent state, which, it should be said, is not official Taiwanese government policy. Taiwan responded to this very quickly by saying that it wouldn't allow China to meddle in its future, and added that Taiwan's future was up to the 23 million people of Taiwan to decide.
I mean, as I understand it, there's a great piece in the Times the other day about training courses, like first aid courses, becoming very popular in Taiwan, which sort of reflects the nervousness and tension about the possibility of a Chinese invasion. It's clearly feeling sort of like a clear and present danger amongst the Taiwanese population. Has the invasion of Ukraine been a huge factor in kind of escalating the tensions? And is it unhelpful when Joe Biden says things like, the US would defend Taiwan in the event of an attack by China? Does that just sort of raise up the ante, if you will?
Well, those types of classes that you were just mentioning in that piece in the Times have been going on essentially right from when Russia invaded Ukraine. They're designed to raise the readiness of not just Taiwan's military, which the defense ministry is also trying to do, but actually just the readiness of everyday civilians to be effectual should the worst scenario take place. So these classes include things like first aid, teaching people how to deal with physical trauma, teaching people how to prosecute kind of evacuation procedures and other emergency protocols. These really did pick up in the aftermath of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And it's fair to say that the Russia's invasion of Ukraine was a really landmark moment for Taiwan in refocusing people's attention to the very real threat that Beijing poses to Taiwan. As to Biden's comments that we saw given to an American network earlier this week, these were comments where Biden essentially said that Washington would come to Taiwan's defense if China attacked. The reason why, for people who aren't kind of up to scratch with the cross-strait situation, that this is such a quote unquote controversial thing to say and has provoked so much debate, is that Washington's policy towards Taiwan has long been one of what's called strategic ambiguity. And what that essentially means is that Washington doesn't state clearly whether it would come to Taiwan's defense if China attacks. This has been a long-standing policy of the US, and I think there's concern that when Biden makes comments like this is the fourth time now that he's made comments of this nature since he became US president, that it really hollows out the trust from the Beijing perspective that Washington even still has this policy as it applies to Taiwan, and is accelerating this level of distrust, which is already at a really low point, it has to be said, between Washington and Beijing.
James Chater, freelance journalist with English language broadcaster Taiwan Plus. Thank you very much indeed.